You might have seen the adverts for the new Toyota Aygo on the television, the ones in which Toyota tells you to go fun yourself. Now, apart from being a hilarious pun on the often underused in car reviews phrase, go fuck yourself, it's also Toyota's way of telling us that the new Aygo is all about the fun.
And so it looks from the outside. Underneath, the Aygo is exactly the same car as the Peugeot 108 and the Citroen C1, but on the top it's completely different.
And the good news is, if you don't like the look of the Aygo, you can change it. Some of the plastic bits and bobs, like this, are interchangeable, so you can swap them out at any time you want to change the look of the car. Now, to my eyes, it's better looking than both the Peugeot and the Citroen. It looks sportier thanks to this X-shaped slash at the front. It looks angry, like it's just been told to go fun itself.
If you look under the bonnet, you'll find the reason it looks so angry. The engine.
Now, that's the same 1 litre 3-cylinder engine you get in the Peugeot and the Citroen, and when we tested it in the Peugeot, we weren't mad on it. It's fine around town, but out on the open road it just doesn't have enough power. The question is it the same story in the Aygo? Yes, is the short answer to that. It's still slow and it's still noisy at speed. And there's another problem too. Both the Peugeot 108 and the Citroen C1 are offered with a 1.2 litre petrol engine, which is more powerful. The Toyota Aygo, on the other hand, isn't. So, if we were reviewing this car for anyone else, we'd say, forget it, buy the Citroen C1 or the Peugeot 108 instead. But we're not. We're reviewing it for younger drivers, and we're happy to say on this count, the Aygo actually stacks up pretty well. Because it's so slow, all the Aygos are in either insurance group 6 or 7, so it will be cheap to insure. On top of this, all Aygos will do nearly 70 miles to the gallon, and they're all free to tax.
On the downside, it's slightly more expensive than the Citroen and the Peugeot, but it does come with a good amount of kit, including a USB socket and hill start assist, which stops you rolling backwards when pulling away on a slope.
This X-Play model, at just over 10 grand, is the second cheapest model in the range. However, alloy wheels will set you back another £500, and the excellent multimedia system with reversing camera, almost 300 quid. However, we reckon you're better off speccing both of these options, as not only do they improve the car, they'll also make it easier to sell.
On the inside, although the cabin feels a little cheap, it's also very stylish. And while there's plenty of room up front, the rear quarters are quite cramped and the boot's pretty small too.
What else? Safety and reliability. Even though the Aygo only scored 4 stars in the Euro NCAP crash test, there's no need to worry because no car this size has ever scored 5. And Toyota makes some of the most reliable cars in the world, so that shouldn't be a worry either. So, should you buy the Aygo or should you plump for either the Citroen or the Peugeot? Well, on price alone, logic would dictate that you go for one of the Frenchies, but realistically the gap between these 3 cars is so small it all boils down to which one you like best, and for our money at least, it's the Aygo.